Hi everybody, Ian Bremmer here, and want to talk about Venezuela, where the United States has now engaged in an initial strike, claiming a drug enforcement mission, and we saw lethal strikes just yesterday against a vessel that was allegedly carrying drugs from Venezuela towards the United States. It clearly is not just that. If it was, it'd be massive overkill. We've got 7 U.S. warships, a nuclear submarine, over 2,000 Marines, and several spy planes that have been sent into the area. And this is clearly not just a drug interdiction, but at the very least, the beginning of a blockade and regular attacks against those that are seen as trafficking. I would not be surprised at all to see military strikes against terrorist gangs inside Venezuela and their infrastructure. Whether or not that also targets the Venezuelan military and even the political leadership is an open question. Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, he has both jobs, Marco Rubio, has been focused on this issue for a long time and would be very happy to see that outcome. And the United States has taken a number of steps to target that direction in their increase of the ransom, that is the bounty on President Maduro's head. In reaffirming that the United States does not view Maduro as a legitimate head of state, but rather the head of a cartel, the head of a terrorist organization. And even the fact that Trump has said that he wants to rebrand the Department of Defense into the Department of War, all of that implies that we're going to see escalated military activities inside Venezuela. So I don't think this is a one-off. It's still not getting a lot of attention. It probably deserves more. But that doesn't mean regime change. And even though you have the symbolism of an expeditionary force, I'd be very surprised to see boots on the ground, frankly, at all. But certainly if we do anything more than a quick raid, that President Trump personally does not want to see the United States involved in another quote unquote forever war, doesn't want to be responsible for governance on the ground in the way that we've seen in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Vietnam. That has been a clear message from Trump since he ran for the presidency the first time around, and I don't see a change there. The place that I do see a change, interestingly, not in Venezuela, but Israel. Trump's policies in Israel, very different from America First. Huge amounts of money, of course, continuing to go to Israel from the United States, very consistent with what we've seen from Republicans and Democrats for many, many years now, very different from how Trump is shutting down USAID and pulling out American support from Ukraine and all of that. Israel's the exception. Also an exception because the new plan on Gaza, the so-called Great Plan, shows that the U.S. would join with Israel in being administrators of Gaza, which is something that really flies in the face of America First and in what Trump has had to say about U.S. foreign policy entanglements around the world. But the money and the political support that Trump continues to get from pro-Israel voters, both Jewish in the United States, but also conservative Christian, continues to drive that, as well as his personal relationship with the Israeli leadership. So I don't expect a change there. I just recognize that it's very different from expectations of what we're likely to see in Venezuela going forward. That's it for me. I'll talk to you all real soon.